Actually,
Get some audio in here, huh?
All
right. Well,
I think that's it. Well, this ding dong.
Okay. Well, let's get started here.
Can we move this? Gosh, it looks like a ding dong. Huge ding dong.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, good.
It sits in my face. There you go. It really does look like that, though. You're right. All right. Well, hello there. Let's go full screen for a second. So, yeah, he's not actually this short, but you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hey guys, my name is Farzan Faramarzi, and we used to go to the same school, so we were classmates, and now we're doing podcast.
Yeah, weird.
We have done lots of videos together in the past for Boise State TV, and now we're doing podcast, so it's fun.
And also, we have a bunch of episodes already recorded if you want to check those out.
Yeah.
So over to Shiraz2Boise.wordpress.com.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've ever done this on stream. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of just branching out and seeing what we could do here. I don't know.
Yeah, and also I have my own Instagram page, which is in Farsi. So if you speak Farsi, feel free to subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm actually recording something here, so let me do that for my new episode for my Instagram page. So you'll see me talking Farsi in between. So don't panic.
You're
panicking already.
I can't handle it right now. So yeah. Anyway, I guess we could just jump right into it. But basically, today we're just going to be talking about movies.
Okay.
Pop culture.
Movies. Yep.
I've watched a lot of movies.
Yeah, me too.
Recently, so I don't know about you.
I watch everything.
That's true.
My recent project. So the way that I look at it, it's a project. It's not a movie.
Okay.
So I have projects.
What
so my recent project.
Oh, I see.
So I treat them as a project. So it's very important, high level, really classified project. So
wow.
My recent project is a documentary, Netflix original, Wild Country.
Oh, you mean this guy? Okay.
Yeah.
So I did pull it up on IMDb. I was we'll have access to IMDb during this whole podcast because we just want to be able to jump right into it. This is easier. This is way easier.
So it's very interesting. If you are into cult, religious, first if you are into documentaries, this is a good one. If you like cult documentaries, religious documentaries, this is a fantastic one. If you are following Hindu or meditation, yoga, this kind of stuff, this is even a better one. So I don't know if you know about Bhagwan. The guy's name was Bhagwan, also known as Osho, and he wrote a lot of books back in the day when I was in Iran, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I guess you should kind of.
Yeah.
You have a bit of a backstory to share, don't you?
So yeah, we get into it.
Yeah, we
will. When I was in Iran back in the day, his books was very famous. Not his book was famous. He was famous, and his books translated into many languages, including Farsi. Mm-hmm. And I almost read all of his books.
Wow.
And at that time, I really loved the guy. I was like, oh, this guy is fantastic. And I wish I could, at some point in my life, it was 20 years ago. So I was like, hey, I wish I could see him. But when I watched this documentary, I was like, well, I'm glad that I didn't see him. Mm-hmm. So he committed a lot of crimes. I don't want to spoil anything. This is a documentary. You can Google it. You can go to Wikipedia and read everything. So he came very close. So, to give you a summary, he came very close to murdering a presidential appointee. That close to murdering a U.S. Attorney General.
That's pretty.
That's
pretty up there with craziness.
Yeah, craziness.
Being able to get away with something like that, I don't even.
They poisoned 750 people. Yeah, in Vasco County, Oregon.
Well, I guess you can't really give a spoiler on something that's based on real life.
That already happened.
Because I will watch this documentary though.
So they poisoned many people. they committed a lot of crimes. So, and for a religious or a spiritual leader to commit these kind of crimes, I mean, and then it's crazy because it has some loose ends. You know, when you finish the documentary, you are wondering about, okay, so this guy mentioned something, but they never address it. So this guy, Osho, is also known, and his cult also known as sex guru. Because they're like free sex, free marriage, so anybody with anybody, you know, this kind of stuff. Yeah.
This is the guy, by the way.
Yeah.
We put him on the stream here, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you Google Osho, Osho, you'll find it. So he was like famous. One of his other names was Sex Guru. So the people were free to, you know, to have a sexual encounter and, you know, relationship with other people. But the documentary didn't really address that, and I think, well, this was important. People were back in the day, and they were, you know, following him, maybe because of that, because
possibly.
Because, you know, at some point an FBI agent were talking about it, and he's describing that as he entered the city, he saw people, you know, having sex, you know, in the open, and it was crazy. So maybe that was one reason, but
definitely some hippie stuff.
I know, yeah, completely, like 100% hippie stuff plus some spiritual stuff. And so they drugged people, they poisoned a whole county.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. As far as like being able to get away with something like that.
Yeah,
that's
so
insane.
They didn't get away. So
I mean. Accomplishing that. It's not even an accomplishment.
And then,
can't really say that.
So so here's the crazy part, and here are some questions that you will ask yourself after that. Well, it's a free country. You're free to say whatever you want, and in that regard, I think he was okay. Let him say and write and publish whatever he wants, right? It's a free country. But if you're poisoning people, if you're, you know, coming close to murdering a U.S. official or anybody in that regard, well, that's not okay, right?
Yeah.
And the other part is these people, they start, you know, buying guns and arming up. They have their own police force.
Sounds pretty familiar, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of craziness.
Yeah. So, and then you would think, okay, you are a fan of, you know, this is a free country.
Yeah.
First Amendment, free speech. Second Amendment, they're guns, right?
Yeah.
And these people were using those amendments, and but you're thinking, well, these guys are crazy. Do you really want them to give that right to them?
Definitely something to spark a debate, right?
Yeah. So you know, watch this documentary if you like documentaries and this kind of topics. I would highly recommend that to you to watch this documentary. And then think about these questions. You know, okay, so we have free speech, it's a free country, and that's why they chose this country to come in. By the way, he was from India originally, Osho. Yeah. He was from India, but then he came to the US. He wanted to find a place that he would be free, and so he can, you know, do his stuff. So he chose the US because it's a free country. But then again, so it's a free country, but do you really want this kind of crazy stuff happen? And I mean...
It reminds me of that other documentary that we watched, the one that came out, I think it was last year, about the Waco shooting and all that. And that just insanity, right?
Yeah.
All those people just like, this is a very, I guess, in similar circumstance, because there was a lot of deaths too. I mean, but this, what you're describing, 700 something people, that's pretty insane. Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah, I can't even believe that, because like no one noticed.
No, so basically what they did, crazy. They bought a land.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, it was close, 15 miles away from Antelope in Oregon. And Antelope, back in the day, they only had 40 people. The population was 40. Okay. So it was in the middle, so 15 miles from there, so middle of nowhere. They bought a land.
They just set up shop right
there. And then they start to buying lands in Antelope. So the local people forced to go out and move out from that city. I mean, they didn't force to move out. They paid the full price for their property, but I mean, what they did, and one of the reporters in that documentary says that, okay, what they did might be legal, but is it ethical? So I think that's a great question to think about.
Yeah, I don't even... Oh, also, this is true. So, speaking of, we were just talking about Waco.
Yeah.
This was just announced recently.
Huh.
So, this is pretty interesting. This is a documentary miniseries. Well, it's more of a... I don't know if it's necessarily a documentary, docudrama, I guess I should say. But it's a miniseries that follows the Waco incident that I was just referring to.
Okay.
So, this will be another thing to check out, at least in this realm of, you know, just weird, crazy
people.
people.
This is Waco, Texas. That was in Vasco County, Oregon.
Yeah, so this kind of stuff is happening, but it's hard to believe that kind of shit can happen.
Really, yeah. So, and this guy Osho was famous of having 19 Rolls Royces. Yeah, so he was like, he's collecting luxury cars.
Yeah.
And like luxury hand watches, like Rolex and like very expensive watches.
Sounds like he was pretty well financed. Huh?
Oh yeah. He had like
a lot of donations from his followers and stuff.
At some point, he had a very famous and rich, wealthy people from Hollywood.
Really?
Supporting him.
Really?
Yeah. So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting tale. So
yeah.
Highly recommended.
Pretty crazy, but yeah. I don't know. We were going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff today, but what?
So before you go there, let me just say something in Farsi to Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get. Yeah, he's gonna be saying something to his Instagram video here. So
yeah. So خب ما شروع کردیم ضبط کردن و داره به صورت مستقیم از توییچ پخش میشه. در مورد وایلد کانتری اوشو من صحبت کردم. حالا دوین میخواد در مورد فیلمی که خودش دیده صحبت بکنه. بذار من این صفحه رو نشونتون بدم که ما داریم اینو پخش میکنیم.
A little bit of a stream going on right there. Yeah.
آره ما داریم اینجا از طریق توییچ داریم اینو به صورت زنده پخش میکنیم. توییچ هم آمازون اونر توییچ هست که بیشتر گیمرها این استفاده میکنن که وقتی بازی میکنن اینا رو استریم بکنن روی توییچ و اینا رو ببینن. برگردیم سر کار اصلی. Okay.
Nice. All right. Well, anyway, yeah. Back to what we were doing here is essentially we're going to be talking about some more movies. So, what movies have you seen in the past couple of weeks? Because I saw several. So.
Okay. Well, I was working on that project, Wild Country.
Yeah.
I did watch. What did I watch? I watched Black Panther, which is not. I think
I did see
that.
Yeah. That thing. Oh yeah. Let's talk about Black Panther for a minute, actually, before I move on.
So Black Panther it was another one that I really liked, and I watched it on Netflix. Oh my God. It was based on a true story, so I mean, I'm driving you guys crazy with documentaries and. You're
talking about a different Black Panther.
No, I watched Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
But a different movie.
I thought you were talking about something else. I was like,
no.
Sure?
So, in addition to Black Panther that I really enjoyed, there was another one that I watched on Netflix, and that one was based on true story. The location was Wyoming. It was in Indian Reservation.
Oh, you mean Wind River?
Wind River.
Yeah. So that is another movie
that
is on my queue. My infinite queue. I was just talking to him. I just showed him my Netflix queue right before the stream started. But essentially,
excellent movie.
It's an infinite queue. But yeah, I've heard good things about this movie. I've been wanting to watch it. So
this is excellent movie. Excellent movie.
Yeah.
If you like. Based on true stories, again, I mean, I'm a huge fan of documentaries and based on a true story.
And I really like Jeremy Renner, as an actor. I think
he was great. He was great. Oh, highly recommended.
Well, I'm definitely gonna be watching it. I wish I would have watched this before. I didn't even think about it because I remember you told me you were like, oh yeah, but it's been in my queue sitting there. It just comes down to like, you know, when am I gonna find time?
In addition to your queue, you still have my DVD that you haven't watched.
That's right. I forgot about that. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yep, need to watch that.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a very valid point.
Make it a priority.
Yep.
Okay, you were saying about Black Panther.
Oh yeah, so I just want to mention. Did you hear that Black Panther is now the most successful Marvel movie?
Oh wow!
According to how much money they made.
Well, I could imagine.
They've had. So this is pretty funny. The other day I went to what was it? We went and saw something, but we went up to the Pacific Rim Uprising. So we went to see that. The theater was kind of busy. We were like, I wonder if people are going to this movie. And I leaned over to my friend. I'm like, nah, they're not. I know what they're here to see. And I walk over to the kiosk. Guess what's sold out? Black Panther.
Black Panther.
For like the fourth week in a row, right?
Wow.
On a Tuesday.
Crazy.
It was the discount day, but still.
Okay, yeah.
But it's hilarious because I'm like, people are still going to this movie.
Which theater?
Edwards 22.
Okay,
So yeah, but let's see if we can find the budget here. So yeah, right here. Look at that.
Holy.
So they had a budget of $200 million. Opening weekend, they made the money back instantly.
Yeah.
USA, almost $700 million, and then world gross. It's like so crazy.
And I don't know if you know that, but they are going to open movie theaters in Saudi Arabia, and they opened it.
Oh
with
yeah.
Black Panther.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Also, another movie. Oh, where was it? It wasn't in Saudi Arabia. It was somewhere else where they opened a theater in the Middle East, and the first movie they showed was the Emoji Movie.
Oh my god!
And I was like, oh man, I bet they regret opening the theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know, but $1.2 billion. Like, holy shit! How much did Avengers make? I don't even remember.
I don't know, but
did it surpass?
I don't think so. Well, I think it did,
Avengers.
but not. Where was that?
Oh, they did. Okay, but that's a movie with like a ton of actors, right?
I know.
A ton of these big names, and it's the first Avengers movie. This is a singular character.
And it was when it came out
2012.
2012. So it was 7 years ago.
Yeah, and it was also a huge build-up.
Yeah.
So like they're like, hey, look at all these characters that we've built, and then they're like, we're gonna put them in one movie together, and then all of a sudden, and then everyone loved it. But
I think race and politics
was
the huge factor in Black Panther's success.
Yeah, I definitely think that there has been a bit of a racially charged movement going on, and that movie was in the right place at the right time, which is kind of weird to say, but at the same time, I think they knew what they were doing when they released that movie. They couldn't. I don't know. I mean, they may have been able to release that movie 10 years ago, but it wouldn't have had the success.
That success, I agree.
So,
I agree.
Like originally, I heard Wesley Snipes had actually approached the role, like when they had thought about making it. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's stupid." What? I'm like, dude, Wesley Snipes was Blade. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he did really well with that. I'm just saying. But I think it's kind of funny how people are like, "Oh, this movie couldn't have been successful." But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
Blade was awesome. I loved Blade.
Blade was awesome. Yep.
So,
I watched it on VHS.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Back in the day. Yep. We are just old.
Not that old. Come on. Right. But yeah. Anyway, I just think that was pretty interesting because I read about that. Another thing I wanted to move on to that this just reminded me right here was so Lord of the Rings. I don't know if we talked about this a little bit, but they are doing a TV series, right?
Okay.
So I heard that their budget may be $1 billion, just
$1 billion.
Yeah, for up to 5 seasons.
Oh wow!
And also Peter Jackson will be producing.
Oh, that's great. That's
first,
good news.
At first, I was like, "Oh man, they're gonna redo everything." But with him on board, now I'm like, okay, that's a good sign because that means that his influence will still be present. Not that it's a bad thing that they would redo everything, but it's just so much effort, so much work to try and rebuild this whole fantasy, right? Because he had such a good vision, and it was like.
And having him on board, I mean, they can definitely use his experience, and maybe he can do something that he wish he could do back then, and now he can do it now. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Sometimes you do some video, and then 10 days later, when you look at your video, you say, I wish I could have done that this way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
here we go. Here's an article about it. So $1 billion budget.
Holy moly.
But I can't even because I'm trying to wrap my head around that. I don't even know how much Game of Thrones had when they first started. I know it was a lot.
Wow.
But I don't think it was $1 billion.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
I don't think so.
if you're starting a new series, this is
billion.
This is gonna be.
This is Amazon, right?
Amazon Studios.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So, but with Peter Jackson on board, I'm definitely super stoked because I've always been a huge fan. So.
No, I'm a huge fan, and I would really looking forward to it.
Yeah, but 5 seasons though. I'm like, they must be banking on. They're like, this is going to be a good show. Don't worry, people are going to buy it. And I mean, obviously, Amazon already has a ton of subscribers.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then there's also reports of a spinoff, as they're saying here.
Holy moly.
I don't even know what it's...
Well, you know, if someone like me and many other people who watch The Walking Dead,
oh, look at that.
8th season, yeah, Dixon here.
So about...
Eight seasons.
About that, yeah.
Dude, did you watch the last episode?
I haven't watched, remember?
Oh my god, so I can't spoil it.
I stopped watching.
Dude,
around... It's just, it got to a point where I'm just like, they're just too dumb. And
it got to a point...
It's depressing.
No, so, without spoiling anything,
right.
and not revealing anything from the last episode,
yeah,
it got to a point that I don't even know who is the good guy or who is the bad guy, if it was any. And to me, right now, Negan has more integrity.
It's like... That's one of the things that is interesting about that show and why I liked it originally was like you're in a world that has no law now, right?
Yeah,
and everyone around you they're doing what they can, right? So it's like it's pretty crazy.
It's not.
We got a new person in the stream here. Hello, Electric Maestro. How's it going? Welcome to the stream.
So it's not about law. I think it's about the morality. So the whole point of the show is when the law gone, when all the authorities gone,
right?
There is no police. There is no army, there is no whatever, how we react.
Yeah, I know.
And
it's insane.
It proves me wrong because, like, on one hand we have Rick, who used to be a good guy, but now, I mean, I'm looking at Rick and what he did last episode, and looking at Negan and what he did last episode. I was like, dude, this...
You don't know anymore, do you?
Well, yeah, I don't know anymore. And this Negan guy, he has some morale still. I mean, he's a man of his word, and I like him better now. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, right now we were talking a little bit about The Walking Dead for a moment, but we were just mentioning how the Lord of the Rings TV spinoff is got $1 billion budget. So if you're new to the stream, you just joined. That's what we've been talking about. Pretty incredible. I'm super stoked about this show. But anyway, moving on. So a lot of movies that I saw. So I saw Pacific Rim, which I don't know. Did you watch the original?
I did.
You did? Did you like it?
Yeah,
the original?
Yeah. Do you know the original one? I don't know the new one, but the original movie, the composer, the music guy, was the same guy who made the music for Game of Thrones, and he's Iranian.
Oh, yeah, interesting. I didn't know that. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's really cool. So the composer, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember? You find it. Let me look. I'll find it. Composer. What? Music. What about music? Music by
Ramin and Javadi.
Wow, that's cool.
He's the music guy for Game of Thrones, and you know the famous opening.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
The opening music for Game of Thrones. That's him.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, I really enjoyed like the theme song. It's super motivational. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but like when you're watching it, you're like, yeah, kick those monsters' ass. So that's hilarious. But yeah, they kind of used it a little bit. I doubt he was attached to this film, but like they did use
can you search and see if he did the music for this movie again, or I know that
they used a portion like the
that's a different guy.
Yeah. Okay. But they did use the original like the hook, I guess you could say, for like when the robots are all assembling and all that. So
they did that because they have the right.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Music. So it's the original movie. So they obviously had to lead it in. But so you haven't seen this one yet?
No, I haven't. I have not. I have a lot of movie in my queue like yours.
You've seen a lot more than me recently.
Yeah.
So.
I'm looking forward to watch this the new one 12 Strong. That's based on the new based on the true story that happened in
the one with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that one. I haven't seen it either. It's I don't even think it's in the theater anymore, so it might be going to maybe it'll go on Netflix.
I watched this is the older one, 2016, 13 Hours. It's about
Benghazi.
Yeah.
That was actually not that bad.
It was not, and it was. I really enjoyed it because I actually read the book.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was based on a book, and it was funny because when I was reading the book, I was thinking, oh my god, that's a really good book to, turn into the movie.
And you didn't know?
I didn't know. And then like 2 weeks, like I'm talking about 2016.
Oh, so like it wasn't announced?
Yeah, they wasn't announced.
Wow.
But then 2 weeks after I finished the book, I saw this, they are making this movie. I was like, oh, that's great.
Wow. Yeah, no, that movie was not bad at all. I was actually kind of surprised at like Michael Bay being attached to it. I was kind of like, it'll probably just be boring, pointless action.
No, it was good.
But it was actually a good drama. And speaking of the lead actor here, John Krasinski. So this is what I want to talk about. I was talking to you about it earlier. I'm super stoked. He has a movie that he actually directed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called A Quiet Place.
And did you know that he hates horror movies?
So this, you know what that tells me? When you hear someone who hates horror, they're going to be really, really good at it.
Yeah.
Because they know what scares them.
Yep.
So I'm super stoked. That kind of reminds me. So you've heard of Hideo Kojima, the Metal Gear Solid creator. Yeah. So he was working on a game that was canceled called PT. It was Silent Hills. So you know Silent Hills. Yeah. It was a new one. It was a sequel. So he was really into it. Like he was really excited, but it got canceled eventually because Konami sucks. But anyway, essentially, he had a quote that said something about he didn't want to do a horror game ever again because it scares him. Like it's too much. Like he's just too emotionally attached to the story. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about this, and also his wife.
Yeah.
In the secondary lead role, so it's like this is going to be really personal and interesting.
Yeah.
And I've also heard a lot of funny things people are talking about, that this is one of those movies where you go to it and you want everyone to be quiet. You want them to shut up because this movie is quiet. It's literally quiet. It's a quiet place, but the movie is about being quiet, so it should be really interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of interesting horror movies, I watched this movie Ritual.
The Ritual. Oh, dude.
That was really good.
Dude, I love that. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, let's go to that right now. But yeah, anyway, Quiet Place. Now playing. Started today. Comes out. It came out today, but I'm going to go tomorrow, so I'm super stoked. So.
Yeah.
Check that one out.
Yeah,
The Ritual.
Go to the theater and watch that.
Oh, man.
The Quiet Place. And if, someone's forgot to, turn off their phone and it goes off, just throw something at them.
Also, if you hear them talking, don't be afraid to just turn around and just knock the popcorn out of there. I'm just joking, don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not
just make that shh.
Yeah, just make eye contact too. Anyway, get really awkward. I don't know. Anyway, so The Ritual. I really enjoyed this
Dude,
movie.
it was really good.
So, yeah.
It was really good. I was... I read about it.
Spoilers ahead, by the way.
Yeah,
we're gonna spoil this one because I liked it.
So, so it was about this group of dudes, friends, buddies, and so something's happened at the beginning of the movie, and one of them get killed. And this guy was, talking about going on a hiking, trip. Right. And hike somewhere in where that happened.
So this is supposed to be in, I believe, Norway.
Norway, yeah.
Or it's the Norwegian forest.
Yeah.
Because the guy who is killed, he was obsessed with going hiking in Norway. He's always telling his friends, "Hey, let's do that." And
so that was his plan.
But since he died, they're like, "Well, we should go because in his memory because they feel bad because he's gone."
Yeah, and
what's up, Nick? Thanks for coming in to the stream. Sorry, I'm watching the stream.
Okay, yeah. So
anyway,
what topics?
That's why I was telling them about the Lord of the Rings, but I don't think they even. I don't know if they heard me.
They heard. Oh, yeah.
They might have left. They probably got bored of us talking.
So this movie. So they went to this hiking in Norway. Or Finland, I think it was Norway.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah. So anyhow,
actually, does it say?
And this kind of, so they instead of going through like the normal or a hiking route, if you will, to reach their hotel, they decide to do a shortcut, which is going through this forest.
Which is always a solid plan. I mean, when I'm hiking in the middle of nowhere, I'm like, hey. That's not on the path. Let's go.
Let's go there. Yeah. It's let's use this shortcut. and they ended up here, and oh my god, yeah, it's crazy. It was really good.
So this is a UK film.
Mm-hmm.
It was directed by, let me pull it up here, directed by David Bruckner, who, if you don't know, he has done a few films. I don't know, pretty cool. I really liked, so VHS is one of them. He was the writer for it. That is actually a really crazy,
I haven't seen that.
So you should check it out. I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically just know that it's essentially interwoven stories. So I won't say anything else, but it's super graphic. So if you're not around someone who doesn't like gore,
okay,
that's.
I heard about Southbound.
Oh yeah, Southbound is another one.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't watched that one yet either, and this one actually is similar. I've heard this is also an interwoven kind of style, so I'm definitely gonna watch that one eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, so VHS was really cool, but The Ritual, yeah. Oh, and also The Signal. That's right. This was an interesting one. Yeah, that one was kind of funny because it actually ended up being parodied. So this movie was called The Signal. It was about cell phones that turn people into killers.
Oh wow!
Essentially.
So these guys basically specialize in horror movies.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. So,
okay.
But this specific movie though was just really, really well developed.
No, this is really good.
Every aspect of it I was really interested in, like the setting, the visuals, and the music was really good.
Yeah, the music was really good.
You know how I am with music with movies, so if the music's good, I'm usually sold like immediately.
So this one was definitely a really good movie. I mean, there are a lot of good movies on Netflix.
I know.
Seriously.
I'm more and more just like getting. I'm not even like, what do you call it, amazed anymore, because I'm just like, I'm used to them making good stuff. Like, it's actually like a common occurrence now to actually just tune into a really good Netflix movie. Yeah. It's like really easy to find them now.
Really, really, really good. Even TV shows and everything. It's really good.
I'm like, I don't even know how they do it anymore. It's insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
And also, I don't know if you heard about this, but now Seth Rogen has a deal with Netflix. So,
oh wow!
So now he's gonna be doing something.
Well, I heard that Barack Obama is, Netflix is actually talking to him to produce a show or doing a show with them. So that would be really something.
Here, let's check this out. I'll show you really quick. They had a little skit here. Let me turn up my volume.
So.
What's that?
No, you do your thing. I'm doing my thing.
I was gonna have you watch this.
Okay.
I, Seth Rogen, do hereby relinquish ownership of mind and body to the entity known as Netflix Inc., hereby referred to as Seth's owners. Furthermore, we reserve all rights across all current and yet to be invented technologies, VR, AR, AD, animated puppet shows, designer drugs, are in good faith owned outright and fully by Netflix Inc. The ability to frame you for murder and the rights to film a docuseries about that murder and biopic starring John Goodman. Seth also acknowledges the immutable right of Seth's owners to alter Seth's name to whatever they please in any given instance. Example, Terry Creamer and Shortbone Nutley.
It's pretty standard.
Terms of this agreement are not open to amendment and will continue to be in effect even in the instance of Seth's untimely and mysterious death. I should have read this before I signed it. If it worked for Amazon, it'll work for me, I guess, right? Let's do this thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty hilarious. I'm interested in to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
They just made another movie, so with some other funny guys. Game Over.
Mm-hmm.
Game Over Man.
I haven't seen that.
So that is with the dudes from what's it called? Oh fuck, I can't think. Anyway, what is it called?
I'm really liking A24s. Do you remember I texted you about the movie that produced by A24?
Which one?
Oh my god, it's on my cell phone. It was a new movie.
Well, there is one specifically that I can tell you right now that I really enjoyed. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people were just like kind of confused by it.
Mm-hmm.
But A Ghost Story. You heard about that one?
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, this isn't my thing. Anyway, sorry, I was...
There's a question for you.
Let's go off on a tangent really quick, hold on.
Yeah, Moonlight, Ex Machina, and Lady Bird. Yeah, Lady Bird was good.
specifically A24 though, they produced this
Oh
movie.
yeah, a ghost story.
I really liked this movie. But yeah, Moonlight, yes. Ex Machina was awesome. Yes, I really liked that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Something interesting about that though, the actress in Ex Machina, she's actually Tomb Raider now.
Yep.
Which I haven't seen yet, and I'm interested just for the sake of watching it, but I don't know.
So talking about Ex Machina and the producer of that, the director of that, he directs another movie. It takes him pictures. I do that. It takes pictures.
Nice.
So yeah, my cell phone is over there taking pictures.
Mm.
So
oh yeah, the Florida Project. Yeah, I definitely wanted to watch that.
Yeah. Oh, that one. You know what? I like that one even better than Lady Bird.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
I
definitely
haven't seen
worth
it
to
yet.
watch. Yeah.
But Willem Dafoe is awesome. So
It was a really good movie. I really liked it even way more. I mean, it was really well made. It is really good. So I was talking about the director of Ex Machina, and he directed Annihilation.
Yes. So let's move on to let's actually move on to that. Let's stick on Ex Machina for a moment though.
Yes.
We'll try to keep track. I'm sorry, we're going off on tangents.
Yes, we are
Left
just
and right,
going.
left and right.
We are just all over the place. Okay.
We're firing 1,000,000 miles per second. Anyway, so or however that saying goes, I don't know. So Ex Machina though, that was a really interesting movie. It actually, like near the end of the movie, I was unnerved. Like I was just like, oh my god, because it was just so messed up.
Yeah.
Like
it was so. And do you know that what does Ex Machina means?
what's that?
It means a god from the machine.
Ah.
Because back in the day in the Roman Empire, they were very big on theater and plays, right?
Okay.
So when something's happening, and it's a drama. Oh my god! Stop taking pictures. Let me just quit that, guys.
So your brand new phone bugging out over there?
Yeah. So let me just record something for my Instagram,
Sure.
so it doesn't take selfies. So I was saying that Romans were big on play and theater and this kind of stuff.
Right.
So and this is a drama, and in drama at the end, like the main characters is just close to die, or there's nothing, no one can save the character. And they had this equipment. It was a machine that it was like how can I say it? It was like a escalator or something like that, or not the escalator, but they
An elevator?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they put a guy, and he was a god, and he comes down and saved the day. So and they call that Ex Machina, God from the machine.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
So when I saw the title of that, I said, Ex Machina, I should watch that. And if you have that in your background, and you can Google that, can Google that and have that in background, but then watch that. Was this character was the god from the machine to come to save the humanity, or destroy the humanity?
I was to say, yeah. Or if you look at it from the deeper perspective, was it sent to and just get rid of us, right?
Yeah.
Because like the end of that movie, I was like, oh shit! Like just fucking assimilates. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, with God, it could go both ways.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was such a cool. And then Oscar Isaac was super weird and dark in that movie.
Oh my god.
He's such a versatile actor.
Yeah, and he was in Annihilation too.
Yeah, so let's go on to that. So Oscar Isaac, you know the guy, obviously. I mean, everyone's seen Star Wars by now, probably.
Yeah.
So that's where everyone kind of knows him from. But this guy's in a ton of movies, and he's a really good actor.
Good actor, yeah.
I'd say my least favorite role, Apocalypse in X-Men, though. But that's just because I'm not a big fan of the latest X-Men. But you know what? That's okay. He's a great actor, regardless. But Annihilation. So this just came out over the past month, and I already know how Farzan feels because I follow him on Twitter. But I feel like we can break some ground here because I think there's some things we could discuss about it. So if you haven't watched Annihilation, spoilers incoming. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, so Annihilation is a very interesting and weird movie. It's about something, right? Something crashes to the planet.
Yep.
And Oscar Isaac is the character. He plays the husband of Natalie Portman, who...
You keep going.
She's basically estranged
ببین داره در مورد انیمیشن صحبت میکنه.
Oh. Sorry. I just realized
That's why I said, yeah, you keep going.
But, yeah. So, she is estranged from her husband because they both served in the military, and they're getting further and further apart, and, all kinds of weird things in their relationship. But he goes on one last mission, and he doesn't come back. And what's crazy is she goes to figure out, what happened to him. And something crashed to Earth. And it's not really explained, but it's definitely fascinating on the scale of visuals. I think that the visuals are really, really cool.
Do you really? Like, one of my complaints is about the visuals, especially at the end.
Which aspect?
Well, what was up with those ice trees? I think it was a very poor CGI.
So let's get into. I guess we can get into that, but I was gonna say specifically though, what I liked was the amount of vegetation. I thought that was really well done, and it. I know you haven't played it, but The Last of Us.
No.
Did you get a PlayStation 4?
No, I have not.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I was thinking about it. I was that close to actually get one.
Well, if you did, I was going to let you borrow. But there's this game called The Last of Us. And if you'd played it, you would know for sure. So this movie, specifically, it definitely pulled a lot of inspiration from The Last of Us. Because The Last of Us is about... How many times can I say The Last of Us? Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Anyway, it's if you played it, you know what it's about. But the world essentially is decayed because humans... they're kind of gone for the most part, except for small pockets of humanity. So kind of like The Walking Dead, but this is a little bit different because there's more vegetation. It's more floral. There's lots of flowers and just green and.
Well,
I really love that aspect of it.
I mean, the problem with this movie was like any other sci-fi movie, it starts with some questions. Some things strange happened, and some scientists are thinking to find out and solve the problem and get some answers. But the problem with this movie is, you go to the theater, and then the movie ends, and it leaves you with even more questions. No answers. No answers.
And there is a negative aspect to that sometimes. Yeah. But for this one specifically, I think I understood a little bit. Like, obviously the ending was a little confusing, but right before the ending, I caught so many details that were just popping out to me that it just made it more interesting to me. Like, so I guess we can jump right to the ending. Spoiler, by the way. I already said that, but if you're watching and you haven't seen this movie, I'm sorry, because we're going to spoil it.
Yeah. Go for
but
it.
anyway, full screen really quick. Spoiler. Anyway. So, essentially, the ending. So she confronts this thing, whatever the hell it is, right? And it's under the lighthouse.
We don't know.
So this thing, it's a little bit of delay.
Yeah.
Right? So this thing, it's obviously replicating. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So its ability to replicate, as they were discussing earlier, she had looked at the DNA. She said, "Oh, it's refracting." And she looked at her own blood, and she's like, "My blood is refracting," and it's something to do with light. It's really, really weird, right? But what was awesome is it was trying to replicate her or refract her, become her. It was mimicking her, but she hands it a white phosphorus grenade.
So that's the problem. So if that thing was mimicking her, how come she could fool that thing?
Well, I don't think it was fooled as much as it... So this is where I was going to say it. This is a creature that defies explanation because it's supposed to be like a curious being. What I gathered from it, so when it first appears, it's almost like it's not physical. Like it's...
Yeah.
So think like fourth dimensional.
Yeah.
Something that's not of our... Like, it's not of our world, right?
Yeah, those lights that like she was looking at it, it reminds me of Windows 95 screensaver.
You know what it reminded me of? It was a black hole. So it's absorbing and it's everything. It's really it was just super deep and weird. Like in that. Is
aspect. There any picture of that?
Yeah. Okay. So this is the lighthouse, right? You can't really. Oh, I think it's going to cover the whole, but essentially, when it's down there. I don't think they're going to have a picture because that'll be a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh, look. That was fucking awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Anyway, hold on. Do we have a picture?
Of that thing?
I doubt we do.
No, I don't.
That was really, really, really weird.
Yeah.
I was messed up. This reminded me of The Last of Us. If you ever get a PS4, borrow it. I'm serious.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna find it. That's in the room. We'll just leave it there. But anyway, essentially, when it tries to refract her, and it's copying everything she does, she hands it a new thing that it's never seen before. This grenade, this white phosphorus grenade, and when she pulls the pin, what it does next was what was the most fascinating to me. Is it starts to refract and replicate the white phosphorus. It becomes white phosphorus. So that's what you're saying at the end. It doesn't know what to do, and it can't control the fire. Because it doesn't know what the hell. You have to look at it from the perspective of this is supposed to be something that's not from here, doesn't understand anything around it, and it's just learning, right? It's observing, and it's so weird. I don't know.
So I mean, if you like weird stuff,
there you go. Yeah, if you like weird stuff.
If you like weird stuff, if you like movies that not giving you any answer but giving you tons of ridiculous questions. And it's vague. Yeah, just go for it.
Once I knew that it was directed by the Ex Machina director, I knew I was in for something weird.
Dude,
so I went in with that.
So the only reason two reasons.
Okay.
One, because of Natalie Portman.
Yeah, she's great.
Two, because of the director. I mean, Ex Machina 28 days later. Seriously?
Yeah, but what about Oscar Isaac?
Well,
third reason.
Third reason. Yeah.
I really like him. But, but I don't know. It's just one of those movies where you have to put yourself in the mindset. You can almost think of yourself as the alien. You're an observer, right? So let's go super deep on this. You're observing something that you don't understand, and that's basically what he's saying. Is this thing isn't from here, and it doesn't know what's around it, and it's becoming everything. It's changing everything, and it's not like it's there to destroy the planet. It's just there. That's what's fascinating to me, but I don't know. I really like that.
Yeah,
but
I'm not really.
I know you weren't a huge fan of it.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean,
but yeah, I don't know. It was really interesting to me, for sure.
So the last topic, you want to go?
So yeah, this is kind of weird. Obviously, if you've been following the news, you probably know, right?
Yeah.
So YouTube, there was an incident, and we were pretty blown away because no one expects stuff like that to happen.
Yeah, especially with YouTube, people post videos and stuff, and you have to comply with YouTube policy, and we have trademark laws, and you can't, for example, use someone else's trademark or someone else's work.
Right, exactly.
And make a video and make money off of that. This is not legal. I mean, with the DMCA notice, the right owner, they can take down your video. They can demonetize your video. YouTube can take action against your video.
They can also monetize themselves.
Yeah.
So they can make money off of
your stuff.
Yeah.
So this is perfectly legal. I mean, and if you're pissed about it, if you don't like it, well, you have to comply.
And also another thing that I like to bring up every time someone's freaking out about their stuff, it's a private company.
Yeah.
They can choose what they want is on their website at any time. They can delete your account.
Yeah, you
that's
can. Some people say, well, yeah, First Amendment, free speech.
No,
this is a private company.
I've tried to explain that to some people, like when they're freaking out about Twitter banning people, the alt-right movement people. I'm like, they're a private company. If they don't like what you're saying, they can delete it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, make your own website, right?
Yeah, I know. You can
make a blog.
Yeah, make a blog. I mean, free speech. Make a blog. Whatever you want.
But then also take note that organizations like WordPress.
Yeah.
They can still take it down.
Yeah,
because you're using a private company.
Yeah, good.
Or GoDaddy.
Good point. We have trademark laws. We have DMCA laws, and so if you don't comply with that, it doesn't matter if it's your website or someone else's website or YouTube.
Also, this guy right here, if you didn't know, is an expert on this stuff. Okay. This is actually his job.
Yeah. So if you post something, if you take, for example, our podcast.
Yeah.
And post it on your website and call it your podcast. I mean, I can easily take it down.
Right.
It takes me a letter to the registrant, not the registrant, the ISP,
Yeah.
and they take it down. I
'Cause
mean,
you just
as
give
easy
them
as
proof, yeah.
so. Just to give you an example, I went to Testament concert
Okay.
when they came to Boise, and I took a very, very nice picture. I mean, I kid you not. We can post it on our website. From Alex Skolnick, the guitar
Oh yeah,
player.
yeah. Actually, let's go to. Well, never mind. I won't do that. Never
Yeah.
mind. I was gonna say that's your.
So
personal
and then if we go to Alex Skolnick's Instagram,
Mhm.
I tagged him right the night after I came back from the concert. I tagged Alex on my photo and said, "Hey, here is a nice shot from Alex. I mean, the concert was great, blah blah blah." And a day after, Alex retweeted, reposted my Instagram
it,
picture,
yeah.
but he gave me credit.
Right.
And he said, "Well, thanks to Farzan
Yeah.
from Boise who took this awesome picture." But then a week after that, I realized some other folks are, stealing that picture and posting it everywhere.
Mhm.
So I contacted, the platform, and they took those pictures down. I mean,
Yeah, you said Pinterest, right?
yeah, Pinterest.
Yeah, I remember that specifically. So,
So,
someone
I
on
mean-
Pinterest took his photo, like.
So don't steal other people's stuff,
Especially if you're on the internet, you're not gonna
Yeah.
get away with it. Like if it's online,
So
it's gonna get taken down.
I mean, I think we kind of sidetracked, but with YouTube,
So while we were on the topic of this, like the copyright stuff and all that, and the DMCA, so
yeah. So, but the YouTube one, it wasn't about stealing anything. That lady,
Right,
she
yeah.
was one of YouTube's producer, and she was Iranian, and within the Iranian community, she was kind of a YouTube sensation. She was pretty famous.
So we were talking about this right before the podcast started, but I know personally, I didn't know like I didn't know she was even
Famous,
like, no one. I
yeah.
thought she was a nobody.
Yeah.
And Farzan was telling me this person was actually pretty well known, especially in the Iranian community.
Yeah, she had a YouTube channel, 2 or 3 different YouTube channels. She had Instagram channels and a Telegram, which is a messaging app, which is very popular in Iran and within Iranians.
Is it like the WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. WhatsApp is like super popular pretty much everywhere else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So this is like WhatsApp, and but it has some advantages. You can create a bigger group and stuff like that.
Thanks for stopping by, Electric. Go ahead and if you're interested, you can give me a follow. We're going to be streaming probably. We'll try to do every other Thursday.
Yeah, every other week.
That's
yeah.
usually how we do it, but other than that, I usually stream games, so I don't know. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Sorry to interrupt.
No so I was saying that and she had videos not only in Farsi, but she had videos in Turkish and English. So
yeah, and
she was very well known. But I was actually listening to Joe Rogan. He did
the JRE podcast.
Yeah, he did a piece about that, 7 minutes or so. And I was watching her videos, but her videos was really bad.
So so specifically from an outside perspective, not even knowing who she was, when I looked at some of her content, I was mostly kind of like disturbed to know that so there's a bit of a content joke there with so if you've seen Tim and Eric, they do it deliberately, in irony. But this person, I don't think they knew what they were doing was weird. I think they thought it was normal, that they thought that their mind, like what they were thinking and their content was normal, it's a bit of a red flag for me, because I'm just like seeing it, I'm like, okay, yep, off the hinge, right?
Yeah. When I was watching her video, I mean, sometimes, I was watching her videos on Instagram just to laugh, because I didn't even know she had an Instagram. I thought this was just, like I said, just some random person. Right? Yeah. But when I was watching her videos, I was like, well, this girl is batshit crazy,
Yeah, absolutely.
but when this happened, it was funny because she was her parents. They came to the U.S. Like in 1996, 20 years ago.
Wow.
And her parents, and she was 38.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't like 15-year-old.
No.
So she was 38, and her parents, they were living in Riverside, California.
Mm-hmm.
But she was living with her grandmother in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And before the attack happened, her father reported her that she's missing for 2 days. And the police found her, and she was sleeping in her car in Mountain View, like 12 or 15 miles from YouTube,
the YouTube
campus.
headquarters. Yeah.
And the police talked to her, and the father, when her father called the police and reported her missing, he said, well, we are concerned, and she was angry from YouTube, and we are concerned about her. And the police found her, talked to her, and they said, well, they called her dad and said, well, everything is under control, we're gonna keep an eye on her. Well, obviously they didn't.
And I feel like this is becoming a trend with these kinds of incidents where they had a red flag.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't pursue, like, and I don't know how to stop this kind of thing. Like, how do you even, like, communicate that, right? I don't know. There's just so many things that so many, like, people dropped the ball on that. It's just, like, insane.
Yeah, like her father called the cops and said, hey, we are concerned. She might do something.
How many times do you need to voice your concern?
So, and it was funny because on Joe Rogan they were talking about maybe cops could took her in for a night and maybe return her to her family or something. But I mean, the family knew that she might do something crazy, and they informed the cops. But unfortunately, this is very unfortunate. She was very mad at YouTube because she believed that YouTube is purposely discriminating her because her viewership decreased, so she couldn't make money. Well, I mean, her content was not really good, so maybe that's why.
I think, like, after, like, you were discussing this, so I found that she had like 3,000 subscribers or something like that. So that, to me, I'm like, okay, so she does meet the account requirements. So as far as her getting demonetized, who knows? It could have been, like, so specifically
she posted something on her website.
Yeah.
But her website is gone. Her YouTube channel is gone. Everything is gone. So I'm sure it's not gone.
Yeah.
We can't see it, but authorities are probably reviewing that. But yeah, she posted some stuff just to showing how her monthly, payment receiving from YouTube has been decreased.
Yeah, and like I was gonna say, so like specifically, they changed so many rules. Like you have to meet, I think it's 4,000 hours, right? Or 4,000 minutes or hours?
Yeah, they put. Well, she wasn't very happy because YouTube added some age restrictions on some of her workout videos.
Well, they needed to be age restricted. Like that was no question.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but as you said, YouTube imposed a lot of rules recently.
Yeah, and that I mean,
and
we can't even really like get to the bottom of why this person thought crazy like they did,
And that's not only her problem because I was actually listening to NPR the other day, and this YouTuber, and he was very famous. He had like over 1 million viewers.
Really?
And some of his videos got demonetized because of the new rules, and he wasn't happy about it. But
so specifically, like this is happening to everyone. I mean, it's like even a good example. So one of the people who has the most subscribers on YouTube, PewDiePie, he complains about it constantly.
Yeah. Okay.
About his demonetization, and it's because of more restrictions, more like you can't say this, you can't show this. And I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. If you're doing something that an advertiser doesn't think is advertiser friendly, then it's getting removed. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think YouTube is doing some self-policing.
I think they have to.
Yeah.
Because of previous incidents that you're aware of. I mean, it's just I think that they're doing something. I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing to do, but they're doing something. And
again, back to your first point, it's a private company.
Yes.
And people keep saying, oh, freedom, 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 but how much you are free?
Yeah, so I actually got into a discussion with a friend the other day, actually. He was talking about guns on YouTube, and he said, YouTube is removing gun content. And I'm like, Okay, what's your source? And he sends me an article, and it's just zoomed in on the font, or not the font, but the paragraph. And I was like, okay, well, zoom out. I want to see where this article's from. It's from Fox News. But I'm like, okay, thank you for confirming that. But specifically, what I'm interested in here is not just fake news, but I wanted to say YouTube, if they wanted to, could ban gun content.
Yeah.
But they don't. But
actually, I read that. Google that. That gun enthusiasts are moving to this Pornhub to put their videos on Pornhub.
No way. Oop.
Don't actually go to Pornhub. Yeah.
Okay, so this was on NPR. No way.
Yeah.
So
seriously,
I don't know about that. So what I was actually talking to my friend about was there's still a bunch of gun content on YouTube. So I think specifically what the issue is I don't know what these specific YouTubers are doing, but if I had to guess, they might be doing something against YouTube TOS, like we're talking about, the terms and services. So there is a lot of gun channels on YouTube, but as far as like what they're showing, I don't know if they're doing something violent. Like if you're just doing this is this gun and this is how it shoots. Here's a target. But if you're killing like an animal, then they might remove it because of the violence.
Oh, they have to. I mean, I think that's a good idea to remove it. So.
I was gonna say like I don't know, but to move to Pornhub, all right. I don't think that they're going to stay up on Pornhub.
What are you doing on Pornhub? Or watching? I'm watching this guy reviewing this new gun.
This guy got this new AR. I wanted to check it out. No, for real though, I can't even believe that. That's insane. No, but I was going to say, yeah, I don't think. I mean, let's see how long that lasts because I doubt Pornhub's going to let them keep on there. Again, this is kind of funny, right? Because it's like they have their own terms and service. Another private company.
Oh yeah, or maybe I was actually when I read that I was like, maybe they are doing like in the background they are doing some porn stuff, and then the guy in the foreground is talking about guns. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, so this is talking exactly what we're saying. This person's saying freedom of expression on the internet. Why are we seeing continuous restrictions? Private company.
Yeah.
How many times do we have to say that? Like, they can do what they want. It's owned by Google. Google can choose what they do. I don't know. So I don't know.
That was interesting. So I mean, you said it was on Fox News, but this is actually NPR.
This is what I wanted my friend to send me. I was like, show me another source. Because he just sends me just Fox News. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry.
So you could send that to your friend.
I will,
and say,
absolutely.
Hey, go get on Pornhub and watch some gun videos.
There we go. No, but I was telling him I could think of plenty of YouTube channels to just...
Yeah.
There's tons of them out there, so I don't know.
I mean, it's just a matter of complying with terms and services and YouTube policy. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else we could say about this topic. I mean, seriously.
So that's very interesting. So here's another reason to go to Pornhub.
Yep, there you go. All right. But, yeah, I don't know. I watched a ton of movies, like I was saying. I guess we could just wrap it up. Yep. But I watched... I think more movies than we discussed, but that's okay. We can talk about them later.
Yeah, we talked a lot about we talked about a lot of movies and I mean TV shows.
We definitely we did it a little bit rapid fire.
Yeah.
Normally we're a little bit more organized as far as we have everything written down, but this was pretty fun because I feel like we were able to be a little bit more free.
Yeah.
Like as far as being able to not be strict to the to the book or whatever,
script,
or the script. Yeah. So this was nice. But. If you're still watching or if you're tuning in later, please follow. Go to Shiraz2Boise .wordpress.com, which you can see here right now. Pretty cool. We have a bunch of episodes on here, so if you wanted to go on there and check them out, they're all backlogged on here. So yeah. Anyway, guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Yep, and see you next time.
This was Shiraz2Boise. I'm Devin.
And I'm Farzan.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep, cheers.